Big breaking news, Nate. We are here. We don't usually do these kind of things, but this one is worth an instant reaction. Friday night, I've got Nate Greer, lead recruiting insider, with me. Big news for Florida State on the defensive side in the linebacker room. Trevion Williams, four-star linebacker out of Mississippi, 6'5", 250, has committed to Florida State University in Adam Fuller's defense. And Chris Marv, man, oh man, what a big get for the Noles on Friday night, heading into a big-time recruiting weekend.
Yeah, I think, first, this kid's a defensive end for Florida State. Kid's a freak athlete, though. Plays quarterback, plays inside linebacker, outside linebacker. So, kid that big, working, multiple positions just tells you how athletic he is. We talked about him on the podcast a little bit last night. He came in to the elite camp and got the offer. And since then, they've been all over this kid. Kind of what I talked about last night when you have, a guy like Kelly who you're trying to get back into the fold and you're really chasing Jones Jr., having this guy in your back pocket is a big W for their staff. You can't take too many 6'4", 6'5" kids that are, 250 and, playing quarterback in high school. Usually those kids are the, if not the best athlete, close to the best athlete on the team. So, great big body kid that moves really well. Just took a visit to Auburn, and, coming in over to Florida State after taking a camp visit. Florida State was high on him. He was high on FSU, and, he decides to make a decision, for the good guys. So, gotta love it.
Yeah, big time commitment for FSU. You're looking here, he's ranked as the number 11th player in Mississippi, and you look up above there, he was ranked as the 31st defensive lineman on 247 Sports. Florida State has a 4-star here. I was going to share, we were talking about it last night, which is crazy, but I compared him to, it took me like 20 minutes to get the name, but Chase Young. And, I found this video here, and the kid, I mean, that is like scary to think of. That is scary to think of. Obviously, the staff sees a lot of, play on the field, but the build on him already as a young guy like that is something serious. That's what you see about 2 years after 3 years after a program and the strength and conditioning. After you get through strength and conditioning at college.
Yeah. He's not a sloppy 250, that's for sure.
No,
he's very well put together and has the frame to just continue to get bigger. I kind of tease you. No one's like Chase Young, but he has that kind of that muscular, athletic, explosive frame, and you can't beat that. And I think that's just a tip of the iceberg for the weekend. I think this is going to be a multiple commitment weekend for FSU.
I was going to note on here too, Jerrion Jones has been someone that's been recruiting very heavily for the Noles, and he's done a lot. And we talked about earlier with Parsons too, the quarterback from the 2023 class. But I thought it was pretty interesting here to see Jerrion right behind him, smiling, and it seems like he's been doing a lot of work, and he was able to snag Williams tonight. He's been putting in a lot of work, man, getting those Mississippi guys down here for visits, and then also contributing and recruiting on this front.
Oh yeah, he's definitely. It's good to have those examples of people that, come from Mississippi and can come to Florida State and have success. And Mississippi is a hard state to hold on to, which is what we saw with, Altmaier last year, is that, you get these kids committed, got to hold on to them because, Mississippi schools are going to fight. But it's nice to see, in-state products, coming over out of state and having success. So, Jerrion had a really good spring, as did Fabian Lovett. So, it's just that's what you got to have in order to land those kids from Mississippi. They're very tight, and they do like to go to schools where they know that they're kind, and by that I mean kids from Mississippi are able to make it on the next level. So that's why I allow them to stay home. So. I like this commitment a ton.
It's a big one.
I said last night, I like the kid a lot. This is a really good gift for Florida State. at a position in need. So it's another 4-star blue chip, prospect that Norvell and company have evaluated in person, and they continue to do really well on the recruiting trail.
Yep, absolutely. And, we'll end it off here, but looking into the rest of this weekend, it's only Friday night, but you've also got Quashawn Sapp, who is a big-time targeted offensive line that Florida State would love to seal the deal before he announces on July 3rd. And you got to think this kind of momentum and the good vibes and the good juju that happened tonight has got to help that recruitment for Sapp. So something's in the air right now in Tallahassee, and it's going successful for Florida State and staff.
Yeah, I mean, this weekend's not over with. There's quite a few guys who are close to, or I would put on that commit watch. So it should be a fun weekend for Florida State fans.